Good day, everyone. It's Qwikstreet here on Qwikstreet Corner. Actually, nope, not Qwikstreet Corner anymore. We just renamed it to Qwikstreet Sims. So welcome here to Qwikstreet Sims. Today's video is a video I wanted to do for quite a while. Actually, I wanted to do it last fall when the Idaho DLC came out for ATS, because that is when they added a new feature into it called Viewpoints. Basically what Viewpoints is, it is a spot on the map that you can drive up to, and you can trigger it, and it actually is a cutscene of local points of interest. Idaho, as I said, was the first expansion that they added this option to, and then later on in that year, I believe in 1.39, they added Viewpoints to both Washington and Utah, and they've modified the icon that ends up showing up on the map. And then I believe they gave 10 viewpoints in for Colorado, which we haven't picked up the Colorado map yet. And now with 1.40, they've added viewpoints now to New Mexico and Oregon, which I believe now leaves Arizona as the only state that does not have... Oh, actually, and California. So Arizona and California don't have them yet. I'm sure we'll probably be getting those real soon. And ATS 2 has not received the viewpoints yet, but that is coming, from what I'm being told, in the new Iberia map, which is actually, by when I'm recording this, that's actually tomorrow. So tomorrow we will have viewpoints for ATS 2. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to drive and do kind of a... We're going to do the touristy thing. We're going to hop in our Peterbilt 389 here as we're just cruising down the road after we checked out of our motel at the beginning of the video. We're going to go and we're going to hit up all these spots. There's actually 10 locations here in Idaho, as you can see right here on the map. The way they're numbered on this picture that I just showed is not the way we're going to do it, because we're going to drive our own direction and we're going to hit all 10 spots. I'm going to show you what they look like during the daytime. I believe we're going to do it at 7 o'clock a.m. before all the tourists get there. And then we're going to see what they look like at night. It's either going to be 10 p.m. for most of them. And the more north we get, it gets a lot lighter. It stays a lot lighter out, so we're going to have to adjust it to 11 p.m. Some spots aren't going to be very well lit, but still want to show you guys what they all look like, and maybe we'll find some cool little fun facts. So first up, we're driving up here. I believe we're going to Twin Falls first, and we're going to be stopping at one of the main things Idaho is known for. Can you guys guess what it is? That's right, we got potatoes coming up real soon, so stick around. Alright, so we're back here on the road. I forgot to tell you where we started off at. We started off in Jackpot, Nevada, which is the northernmost city in Nevada that you can start off in ATS. And right now we are just a few miles up the road from Jackpot, which is just south of Twin Falls, coming up to a potato farm. And I think we just drove a little bit too far, so we're going to speed around here the loop. I'm going to show you the icon on the map that you can see to know that you're near a viewpoint. So as you can see off to our right, we do have a lot of farming equipment here, some root harvesters. Some of the equipment I do recognize from playing Farm Sim, which hopefully we're going to get back into here in the next couple days. But as you can see, we're driving up to a camera icon here that just sits out there in the real world. And all you have to do is just pull on up to it. We're going to have to shut off our engine, and then we can get started. But first up on our tourist adventure here is Twin Falls Potato Farm. It's a very large potato operation here in the southern part of Idaho. Idaho is mostly known for its potato growth. It is about, Idaho grows roughly about 1/3 of all of the U.S. fall potato crop. So one state covers 1/3 of every potato grown here in the United States. It also counts for about 15% of the state's entire gross state product. And later on in the video, we are going to go visit another industry that probably handles about 15% of it as well. So as you can see, we kind of rotate it back through. That was the daytime view of the farm. And 24/7, this farm is constantly dealing with potatoes. So now we get to see the farming operation at night. And just by looking at my audio signatures here, it does look like the amount of workers and the activity that is happening does fluctuate, because there is a lot less on my audio signature here on the nighttime one, especially here at this section. I mean, you guys are still sorting through and doing some QA of potatoes. So did you know the average American eats about 124 pounds of potatoes every year? And just in 2008 alone, 300,000 acres of Idaho potatoes were harvested. That's enough to fill 500 NFL football fields. So we're back around to our truck. You can always see your truck through all these cutscenes. That's why I left the blinkers on. So just on the north side here of Twin Falls, up on Route 93, it's our second viewpoint stop. It is the Perrine Memorial Bridge. Perrine Memorial Bridge is a huge expanse that crosses over the Snake River here, as you can see down below. And then we are going to go a little bit north up the Snake River, and I forget the name of the falls here. It's escaping me right now, but it'll probably come to me about a little bit later. So this bridge here itself is about 1,500 feet in length with a main span of 993 feet, and it is 486 feet above the Snake River, which is the 8th highest bridge here in the United States. It's popular for base jumping, and it is actually the only man-made structure in the United States where base jumping is allowed year-round without a permit. And actually also, we want to do some more thrill-seeking adventures here on the Snake River. Just to the east on the southern rim of this canyon lies the dirt ramp that was used by Evel Knievel when he unsuccessfully attempted his Snake River Canyon jump on his Sky Cycle X2 back in 1974. Alright, so now we're going to cycle through to the nighttime. We're still doing the 10 p.m. time zone here, or time slot here. As you can see, it is pretty dark out. The more stops that we make, you're going to see that it's starting to get a little bit lighter, which is why I ended up switching it over to 11 p.m. just so we can see some of the stars that are out there. So the original bridge here, the original Perrine Memorial Bridge, actually wasn't called that back in 1927 when it first opened, but that was the Twin Falls Jerome Inter-County Bridge. As you can see, all these little tourist signs that was just on the screen here, the text that is on those signs actually are on real-life signs out there. The SCS developers did their homework. They went traveling, and they grabbed a lot of historic data, and they mimicked the signs that were found all over these national parks and monuments that we're going to be seeing today. Alright, so we're going to cycle back around. We've got a few lights up here on the bridge. Been a little bit nicer. Probably not in real life. They don't have lights underneath the bridge. But that would have been kind of cool to light up those and the falls that I still can't remember the name of. Alright, next we're just heading up on Route 20, which is just east of Idaho Falls, which that's where we are heading to. But first we're going to pull off here, and we are going to take a look at the craters of the Moon National Monument and Preserve. So this is a U.S. National Monument and a National Preserve. Just the elevation alone here at the Visitor Center, which will be showing up here in a second, is about 5,900 feet above the sea level. So what makes this place important? It's a protected area which features volcanic geological data, and it represents one of the best preserved flood basalt areas in the continental United States. There's the Visitor Center there. So there's actually 3 major lava fields out in this area, which is surrounded by hiking trails. There's cross-country skiing that can happen here. And there's actually a lot of campsites that are out here. I mean, nothing that you can take your RV to. This is like bare bones, no bathrooms, no fire pits. It's just you hiking out there with a tent and being as close as you can be to nature. We're going to cycle here to the nighttime. This one here, there's not a lot of lights out there. But as you can see, this is still 10 p.m., so I don't know if that is light pollution in the background from either Idaho Falls or Twin Falls that we were at. Oh, we got some police action going on here inside. You can see the light strobes from it. So these are not predetermined cutscenes, like they weren't fully created and they're all the same. Each one's going to be a little bit different depending on your weather, as you can see with the traffic there, because you're not always going to get cops on there. So that's always kind of cool. It just takes the slice of world that you're in there as soon as you hit that icon, and it just kind of gives you a very beautiful cutscene. It's going to be different every single time. Alright, now we just head east down Route 20 and to our next stop here, which is going to be the city of Idaho Falls. Okay, we'll shut off our engine here. Alright, Idaho Falls. It's actually the second largest city in Idaho. We will be visiting the largest city in Idaho. If you guys are familiar with your geography, you probably know what that large city is. So there's the falls. I believe they're just called Idaho Falls. So this city here, Idaho Falls, serves as the commercial, cultural, and healthcare hub for all of eastern Idaho, as well as parts of western Wyoming and southern areas of Montana. One of the other major accomplishments here of Idaho Falls was back in 1949. The Atomic Energy Commission opened up the National Reactor Testing Station in the deserts just west of here. I don't think it's viewable here on ATS. That'd be actually kind of cool. But back in December 1951, a nuclear reactor there produced useful electricity for the first time in history. And then there's been probably about 50 unique reactors built at that facility for testing since that date. So that is kind of a huge accomplishment here for Idaho Falls. I actually believe there is a city nearby called Atomic City, Idaho, which also has a nuclear museum. Alright, so here's the nighttime cutscene. Since it is a town, we do get some beautiful lighting operations here, especially here. All this has been recorded in 1.40, so even the cutscenes have had the lighting effects upgraded. Alright, next up on our way through the state of Idaho, we are traveling up a very windy road to our next stop here. This one is the Galena Summit, aka Sawtooth Scenic Byway. So it's a very windy road up to the top of the summit, which is about 8,700 feet above sea level. There's lots of hiking trails up here. It's beautiful forests. And this windy road, we've got a nice little picnic area here. This windy road was used as a stage for the Ore-Ida Women's Challenge. Now, if you are familiar with French fries, and I mean, we are in Idaho, so it's potatoes, Ore-Ida makes some of the best French fries that you can buy out of the freezer section of your local grocer. So it just serves a good purpose for them to sponsor a bike challenge here in Idaho. Okay, we did, I think this might be the last one we did at 10 p.m. here. Because it is still kind of light out. You'll be able to see in the next couple ones that it is getting a little bit darker. Yeah, we should be cycling back over to our truck here pretty soon. And I see our four-way flashers on our Peterbilt. There we are. So next up on our tour through Idaho is the largest city here in Idaho. That's right. Oh, engine malfunction. How'd that happen? Oh yes. We'll show you that a little bit later on what I did last night when I got into Boise, Idaho. That's right, we are in the capital of Idaho. Now, I think it's pronounced Boise. Now, anyone that's outside of Idaho, we always call it Boise, but I believe that is incorrect. So where does the word Boise come from? It's actually French. I think it stands for the woods, which this area, before all this huge metropolis area grew up, it was all woods. There's also, this is the regional hub for jazz, theater, and indie music for the entire area up here. It's also got Boise State University, which this is why my truck was damaged and we got engine malfunction. I was doing a little bit flyby around the city, and I thought I was a little bit closer to the ground. I wanted to drop my truck right here in the football stadium for the Boise State University. I kind of dropped it from the upper deck, and we wanted to drive around the football field, you know, tear up the turf here, but I was hoping that they would have the yard markers on here. Man, of course, no one's supposed to be inside here driving around, so I mean, wasn't expecting them to put that much detail into it. But now we're gonna try to drive up the bleachers and see what happens. Oh. It's actually, it doesn't exist in Boise. It's actually a hologram of a stadium. Alright, but we got our truck fixed, and now we're heading out of here. We are on our way north through Idaho. We're going up through the little, I don't know what you would call that little stem finger that sticks up in the north part of Idaho. But we're on Route 95 here, just north of Ontario, Oregon, which is a drivable city, part of ATS here, if you had the Oregon DLC. And I just have to take a quick bathroom break here. And this actually is a viewpoint. So this here is the Midvale Hill Rest Area. So we're just going to pull off to the side here. It's really not much here, it's just a visitor center. There's no gas station. I'm sure there's rest stop facilities here. Not a lot of parking here for that tractor truck that just with the trailer. I could probably squeeze into a spot, but he's not going to have any kind of luck. And that's pretty much it. That's all the information I have on this rest area. It's just a spot on the map. It's pretty high up there. It's got some beautiful scenery. As you can see, there's going to be a nice little vista point that you can walk up to and just take a look around. Once again, some more historic tourism signs which mimic what is out there in real life. Overlooking a valley, which is very beautiful. Now we're going to do the same thing here at night. And now this is definitely at 11 p.m. at night, because you can tell it is a lot darker out. And we're going to be able to see a lot more stars once we step away from the actual rest area here. Now this is all vanilla game, so I'm not using any kind of graphics mods. There are mods out there that do enhance the skyboxes so you can actually see more stars and you get a better look at everything. So this is a good area that if you had that mod on there, you would definitely see a lot of difference. So next up, just north, we're still continuing north here, just north of that Midvale Hill Rest Area. We are on to our next stop, which is the town of McCall. It's a resort town here on the southern edge of the Payette Lake. I think we do get a view of that coming up here. Originally, it was a logging community whose last sawmill closed back in 1977, and now it's just an all-season tourist destination for all you outdoor enthusiasts. There's the lake there. So lots of boating and swimming. There's a winter carnival here. They have all kinds of ski races. A nice little town here. You can see there is an ice rink here. What is that called? The Manchester. And as for other outdoor recreation stuff, this is also where you can find the Harshman Skate Park, which is Idaho's largest skate park and was commemorated back in 2006 by the king of skating, Tony Hawk. So now we're going to do a little flyby through here at nighttime. The steak joint is already closed, so we can't get a nice T-bone here. Look out over the lake. We got a sailboat out there. Cool if that sailboat has some lights on it. And there's the ice rink. Very well lit up. It's a nice little town. You know, even at 11 o'clock at night, there's a lot of traffic that's going on. All right, now we're going to be heading out of the town of McCall up to our second stop, our second to last stop, which is also the second largest economic benefit of the state of Idaho. So number one was potatoes. Can you guess what number two is going to be? So we gotta find the opening to it. I found a dirt road back there. I thought that was it. Don't you pull out in front of me. Don't you do it. Right, so it's got to be back out this way. So we're going to do a little bit of off-roading here down this dirt road. And I do see lots of dirt roads there out in the background on the mountains. I wonder how many of these roads we're going to be able to travel on. I know my GPS down there in the bottom only shows a little bit. Okay, now we finally, it has alerted us that we have discovered a viewpoint, so you do have to come off the main road to find this one. And as you can tell by what's just laying all over the side of the road, you can determine what is the number two economic source here in Idaho, and that's going to be timber. That's right. So most of the state of Idaho is woodlands. I believe 40% of the state is actually dedicated just to national forests alone. So that's areas that you cannot harvest timber or cut down trees, lumber, etc., etc. So we're going to take a look at this timber harvest site. So you can see responsible deforestation here in the works. It's quite an operation here. So there's all the roads that I was seeing from the main road. We're gonna, if you stick around to the end of this video, we are gonna try to drive on them, do some mud runner / snow runner action. And I'm pretty sure we are not gonna see a lot of activity here at night on this one. Okay, there we go. Just seeing these forest equipment in action makes me do want to go back to Farm Sim. Yeah, there's some more roads down there. I don't know. We're going to try to drive on them. And now it's time to see it at night. And there's my truck. I mean, it is pitch black up here. Lots of stars. You can definitely see the stars here. And even at the end of this tour, I think we're just going to sleep in our truck here because I'm not going to be able to find my way down off of this mountain on the dirt roads. I'm going to need sunlight. And yeah, there is nobody up here. There's a few lights up here, but it is quiet. Well, it looks like that vehicle there was moving. So there is a little bit of activity here, but I don't know if it's safe for them to be cutting down trees here in the thick of night. Alright, so after we tried to do our four-wheeling, which we'll show you that in a little bit, we are coming up to our final stop and destination here in Idaho. We are all the way up north here at the... I mean, it's not a peninsula, but if Idaho was surrounded by water, this would be the peninsula. So we're going to pull into this gas station here. I can get myself my morning coffee, and we're going to take a look around the city of Sandpoint. This lies on the shores of Idaho's largest lake, which is 43 miles long, and it's called Lake Pend Oreille. I think I called that right. I don't know. It sounds French. It's surrounded by three major mountain ranges, the Selkirk, the Cabinet, and the Bitterroot ranges. It's known for its forestry products, I think just down the road, we were at that timber site. And in this town here, the most northern part of Idaho, is the only Amtrak station for Idaho. It's called the Sandpoint Amtrak Station. It connects Seattle to Chicago, and then from Chicago it hits all the other major cities on the east coast of the United States. And for all you Microsoft Flight Simulator fans, Sandpoint has been home to the aircraft manufacturer Quest Aircraft since 2002. So here's our view at night. I mean, they got some areas that are lit up. We're still sitting there at the gas station, kind of chilling. And that pretty much wraps up the 10 viewpoints here in Idaho. A nice little movie theater. That'd been cool if they would have had blinking lights there on the marquee. But then again, that might not be there in real life. So they tried to stay pretty close to these actual locations. Alright, thank you guys for sticking around and driving with me through Idaho to these 10 viewpoints. We're now going to go back to the timber site. We're going to try to drive around, see if we can hit any of these roads. But once again, thank you for sticking around. We're going to try to do all the other states, and once Iberia comes out for ATS 2, we are going to go check out the first viewpoints that they're adding to that game. So if you like what you see here on Qwikstreet Sim, the channel here, please do subscribe, hit like, bell, comment, and all that fancy YouTube stuff. It'll be great for me to see that you guys are enjoying what you got here. And also down in the comments below, let me know what you think should have been included in Idaho's viewpoints. Was something missed? I mean, I know I would like to see more weird roadside attractions. Like, somewhere in Idaho is what's known as the world's largest beagle, which is just a giant statue of a dog. And actually, there's lots of large, odd statues in Idaho that they probably could have either done a viewpoint or maybe, hopefully they are added to the map. Like there's a gigantic Paul Bunyan. There's an Idaho Potato Museum, which has this huge fake potato spud out there that have been kind of cool to see. There's lots of weird roadside artwork that's throughout this entire state, which would have been neat if they would have added. And I believe some of the stuff is added. So yeah, let me know down below what you think they should have added, or hey, maybe there might be more than 10 viewpoints in the near future. Maybe they can include that. Maybe they should have included that large skate park. And yep, I don't think we're going to have too much luck here driving around on these roads. They seem to be blocked off. Be interesting, maybe we'll have to come back with the Pro mods, the Coast to Coast, and all the other ATS map add-ons. Maybe they've kind of expanded this a little bit. Maybe they've removed those hit boundaries. Let's try to get that. We're going to try to go down to that one. So that's down here by the main house here. Some guy just chilling there, sleeping. And if we can't get past the gate down here, well, that's going to be the end of this video. More videos to come here. We're going to go drive around and... Hey! Nope. Alright, we're gonna try to ram through the fence. And that's going to wrap up this video. So, until next time, guys, thank you for sticking around. I'll see you guys on the flippity flip. Peace out.